crayons, penises, and so some even dipped paintbrushes in my ink and painted my walls so black, darker and darker on white, and I too dipped paintbrushes in her ink, painting deep, dark, bright colors on her soul, and I was stained with lust, but none of it ever seemed to last. See, I was stained with lust, and none of it ever seemed to last. See, these writings on my wall were permanent. These writings on my soul could not be removed. These writings on my wall soul had become a part of who I was. I could not change it now. It was too late to turn back. But I asked, was there anyone who could have told me that there was someone who wanted to forgive me, someone that would not blame me for every time I looked at my wall soul, I only saw my marks, that there was someone who wanted to forgive me, someone. Was there anyone who could have told me that I didn't have to cry anymore, that I didn't have to search my soul to find who I was, that there was someone who knew who I was, that there was someone who wanted to wipe away my tears and was willing and waiting to mend all the broken pieces of my life? Was there anyone? Wasn't there anyone to tell me of such great love? That I didn't need to condemn myself, that there was someone who was standing with arms wide open to receive me in his love. But if you never told me, it's okay. Maybe it was just not yet time for me to know. But I'm here to tell you that there is someone. And I pray that those who know him, Jesus, can actually bring him to you. Because the only way we can get to know him is by us, the ones who know him, to be intentional about loving other people as he loved us.
Good morning. I'd like to kindly recite a poem for you guys. And, before reciting, I must say that this doesn't feel like a reality for me. Anyways, this poem speaks about depression and healing. And I wrote it for Khensani also. Even though we only got to reach the 23rd page of your heartbreaking, unfinished memoir, the music on the other room is still too loud. The reddish-grey pigeon with a red bracelet on its left leg still flies away every time I approach it, even with a hand full of imaginary corn in my hand. The sunset rays still slow dance with my sensitive brown skin to the warm, pleasurable, jazzy sounds of silence. I genuinely hope you found healing though. Sometimes healing is almost like a painful, heartbreaking, long chapter in a great book. Eventually, it will come to an end just so that you get to lick the tip of your index finger and flip to the next page, to a new chapter, to a new life with joyful beginnings. Sometimes healing comes in crashing waves, not my words. But you all started with very fine sand grains that rippled our hearts and souls with unanswered questions like, what is life? What is trust? What is love? And did you ever write love poems for your lover? Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to recite a poem, but before that, while we were coming up to Monument, you know that the way is so steep, and it was a struggle getting up there. And I feel that struggle represented the struggle that every woman or body has to go through, the psychological struggle that everyone goes through once they've been abused, whether they report it or not. And I would like us that we are let this symbolize the struggle that everyone has to go through. And I would also like to encourage every one of us to be kind to one another. We don't know what everyone is going through. Some of us wear the mask. Some of us are happy and jovial and we spread love and energy, but we are dying inside. So I encourage each and every one of us to check on our friends and be kind to one another. The poem is titled, I Am Fine. I'm fine, I'm fine. That is a song I will sing till the day I die. I may cry, but I will maintain that I am fine. Sad does not always have a sad face. It appears to be happy, spreads love and energy wherever it goes. And people are drawn to it. They are addicted. Even though sad's heart is tired, torn and in pieces, sad's only reply, I am fine. Sad smiles, but weeps. Sad is bubbly, crazy and wild, but wishes that they were in eternal peace, where the sun never rises and the moon never sleeps. None of us have the answers. If only sad could just open up and tell us what's wrong. If only sad could just let go and let everyone know of their pain, their strife. Yet they refuse with all their might. They continue to smile. Oh, they think that they are thriving, but in reality they are dying inside. And so they live in a bubble while they perish, ever singing the song, I am fine. The pillow that they sleep on holds all their screams, their tears, their pleas. That pillow holds all the thoughts of how they wish they could no longer be. Yet they sing with perfect harmony, I am fine. They sing this tune day and night. Even the birds have noticed this facade, this lie, and they have taken flight. And now sad remains alone in the midst of people, but sad remains perfectly fine. I'm fine, I'm fine. That is a song I will sing till the day I die. I may cry, but still will I maintain that I am fine. Thank you.
Hello. I was challenged to come up here today, and I'm going to perform something titled Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. God created them male and female. When God, with his magnificent hands, sculpted the perfection that is you, woman, he created you a queen, a goddess. He took his time to form you, to sculpt you, fearfully and wonderfully made, a masterpiece, lacking nothing, equal before him to a man, not above or below, equal to a man. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, Adam understood the meaning of being one. He understood that woman was him and he was woman. He had a bone taken from his rib so she can be beside him. Not his backbone or the bones on his foot so she can be trampled on and molested. Adam, how can you hurt your own body? Does it not pain you when tears run out of her eyes like the Niagara Falls? Does the place where your rib was taken not burn with fury, reminding you that bone of your bone, flesh of your flesh, she is you? How sadistic can you be to enjoy the pain, to not comprehend the pain you cause her, to call her coward, to lay blame on her for feeling pain, to ask her what is she doing about stopping gender-based violence, as if she is the one hurting herself, as if you are not the problem, as if you are not the perpetrator, as if she is raping herself. Where are you in the picture, Adam? What then do we do when those meant to protect us are the ones who hurt us? When even in broad daylight, I fear the heavy footsteps behind me. What then can be said to a man, no, a boy, who can't comprehend the worth of a woman? Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman. Do you feel the slightest hint of guilt? Are you not ashamed? Man, be not proud for the tears you have caused, the pain you have caused, for the loss you have caused. May your father and mother rejoice. May she who gave birth to you be joyful. Proverbs 23, verse 25. Is your mother joyful? Is she happy with what you are doing? Is she glad? Is she singing praise songs for her son? The earth shakes its head at the man you have become. The oceans roar, the soil trembles. O son of the soil, when you return to your home, as we lower you into the ground, may the torment you have caused follow you. Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, she shall be called woman. Man, be not proud of the pain that you have caused. Thank you.
Good morning. Tina sizwe, Tina sizwe, seya sikhalela, sikhalela izwe Tina sizwe, Tina sizwe sikhalela, sikhalela izwe thululu.
Bamthathile singalindele bamthathile ngisaqupha imbuso zanqume kwenqathe emqaleni ekuqaleni igqeza nabeligqamile ngesimilo nesithozela. Bamthathile bamohlutha sisambuko kwenhlaka emlonyeni. Uye wabuna njengetyatyambe ebusika izinqala nokungqukruleka kwethu akulolize. Ukuza kwenu kuzozima sanikhunge apha kulonyala. Bamthathile sisambuke sakhula besisajonge egxebe silindele ukhulu kuye. Iintolo zomlilo suke zakhetha yena zamtshumba esidlangalaleni. Ilifu lomnyama sukulalise kulikhaya namhla kufandini awuqheleki. Ungumdali wezinqala ezingapheliyo, ngunobangela wenkedama nabahlolokazi uliqhenqe elingapheliyo, usisilonde singapholiyo. Oh, bamthathile sisamgadile, amandla okufa amhlulile, simbonile ugulile. Bamthathile. Oh, la moya wam elinxeba lophayo sele lihlatywe ngetyuwa, amaxa wambi bendibaliphupha. Oh, xola moya wam, thamba mphefumlo wam, inzingo nenzima zalo mhlaba zinitheze amandla, ubomi banamhla bungamaji ngiqhiwu. Oh, suke nditekethe kosana, ndikhalo komntwana ekhalela unina kuthiwe thula, thula konke kuzodlula. Xola moya wam, sukudinwa oh mphefumlo wam, zikhotha umhlana intandane yam, uzikhotha amanxeba sana lwam. Lo mhlaba ungakuhlupha ukundlandathekisa, kodwa suluphala oh bomi bam. Sele zijikile izinto inhliziyo yam oh hlakanipha. Thula, thula sana, thula, thula mntwana. Sele nguqula ukubhetha kunyimbelekile, izinto zijikile ngawakho amandla uzamile. Oh, xola moya wam, thula nhliziyo yam. Thank you.
Mandizibulisele kuye wonke umuntu okhoyo. Njengabazali principal, bathi abantwana xa befika esikolweni bashiywe apha kuthi njengabazali. Mhlawumbi abazali lento bengazi apha phambili into bahlupheke kakhulu. Kukho laa mzali ulungisa ibhedi yalaa mntana kodwa ngoku kufuneka edlulile kulaa bhedi yalaa mntana. Kukho laa mzali bephakela lo mntana bemazi ixesha lofika kwakhe edining hall but akangeni ngoku edining hall. Ndizomela abo bazali principal. Sithi singabazali kwikhaya likaKhensani malixole inhliziyo zabo zingakhathazeki. uThixo uzawuphendula ngexesha elirayithi. Sithi kubantwana besikolo bebonke asiyinto yabantu abangoomama le. If uyajonga nangoku apha endlini i-most ye-males ayizikho, kugcwele abantu abangoomama. Iqala phaa inkathazo ngoba sithetha nobani, ngobani ababenza ezi zinto, ngobani abasifeyilayo njengootata. Anifeyili nina nedwa, nifeyila nathi. La mzuzu usenza laa nto uyenzayo funeka uyazi ufeyila igama lootata. Kubuhlungu ukuthi namhlanje uba ngotata. Kunzima noncuma principal sekusuza umntana esikolo phambi kwakho akuyazi uzawucinga ntoni ngawe. Because kukho amadoda asifeyilayo. Another problem esinayo endifuna isikolo sike siyilungise. Sine problem yokuphakama kuthina xa kukho ingxaki. Ithi yawudlula iproblem sithi kufine. If uqala namhlanje ubheka phambili sile family yalapha eRhodes University sinoyeka umkhwa ukuthi xa kudlula ingxaki sithi kufine, ayisophinde ibekho ingxaki. Masingamanyaneni xa kukho ingxaki, masimanyaneni ukulungisa president isikolo sethu. Singahlali president phezu kwezinto sizazi sithi ngomzuzu wokugqibela sifuna umanyana. Makuthi ubhubha kaKhensani kusivula amehlo, kusixelela uba yona noba sithi iproblem ayikho, yona iproblem ikhona, and nokho iproblem ikuthi sonke. Because if mna ba andiphakami njengomzali ndithi khona iproblem apha, iproblem yona izawuhlala. Sithi ke singabazali kuni bantwana besikolo, ingakumbi emails, siyanicenga. Siyayazi anikhuliswanga ngolo hlobo komakwini. Asiyimfundiso yakomakwini le niyenzayo. Siyayazi xa ufike euniversity ufila la freedom kudala uyifuna. But asiyi-freedom ukurape. Sanusifeyila singabantu abangootata ibe ngathi asinifundise ezi zinto. Ningamadoda okwenza ntoni? Umna ndilila sendipha endlini kuthi usister wam ubethwe kwenye indawo. Akangitshwanga ubethiwe, ndilile ndingangibage ndipha kulaa ndawo ndiyomkhusela. Because ndiyifila apha kum laa pain. But nina anikwazi uyenza loo nto. Ngoosista benu aba funeka bakhuselwe nini. Xa ningabakhuseliyo bazawukhuselwa ngubani? Nisisaphi esi sizwe sethu? Uthi le degree uzayifumana, uyifumana uxwaya idigri kodwa uyi-rapist. Ufila njani? Siphi isidima sakho? Kum noba nedigri but uyi-rapist akho nto ndiza kuhlonipha ngayo. Because akuzihloniphanga wena. Ndiyawucela umkhuba eniwenzayo ngawuphele. Inkosi.
Okay, so because of time, I'm going to allow the three ladies, Abongile and the two ladies that are there, to speak then after that. unfortunately we'll have to end. But we are having a vigil for Khensani tomorrow evening. The time and the venue will be communicated to you. Thank
you. I'm here to speak on behalf of FF Student Command, which Khensani was part of. It's very sad to come here together like every year and fight for the same thing in this institution. It's tiring. It really means that one and hear a different incident that happens within an institution to a point where sefumani tags outside ubana siyarepana siyadlulana as if londifani apha kwesikolo. And it's very sad that as utata seyitshilo bafuneke siphakame ngoske silahlekelwe ngomnye wethu. Baninzi balahlekile. So many people have deregistered in this institution, not because bayafuna onqena isikolo, but because this space is toxic. And also, it is said that uthi kuze kuthathwe i-measures ezinkulu ezi-drastic funeke kufiwe. That is said. Silahlekelwe si-students, silahlekelwe si-institution, silahlekelwe si-EFF Student Command. We have lost a fighter who couldn't fight anymore because of how she has been failed. And this will take kakhulu. I just want to say to Khensani, Apakoyo, may his soul rest in peace. And her legacy continues, live within us. Siyamas Bingumuntu was much involved in community activities. Imisebenzi yakhe bingaphelele apha Rhodes. It went beyond, it went to the communities. And she always seeked to help those who are marginalized. So I wish all of us would have that signal that Khensani ishiyileyo and continue with community work and what she would have loved us to do. Because
hello everyone, my name is Velisa Sichuba and I was in the same res as Khensani Maseko, Sisudu House. I first wanted to start off by talking something, by saying Khensani was someone that I do not speak to often, but I've had interactions with her. And she was someone who was always so strong. When she walked, there was a mist about her. There was something very confident, but so graceful and kind. And every time I spoke up, when I went up to her, I was so intimidated. I was like, "You're so pretty and amazing. Hi." She was like, "Strong." You know, she was very kind and she was always helpful. And 2 weeks ago, we had our house meeting, and she was right there, like right next to me. And she was asking questions, and she was just a fighter. And even last year, when things were happening, she was telling us, "Guys, there are men out there that rape us. There are men out there that don't want the best interest for you." She was telling us that we need to take care of ourselves, and she will be one of the people to do that for us. And so I want to just say that Khensani was always so strong and so kind and so warm and gracious. But something I wanted to add was that Khensani was not just raped. We're forgetting that she committed suicide. You know, there's a depth about suicide. It's one thing if she was raped. If she was raped, she would have probably, hopefully still have been here, but she's dead. And the suicide comes from so many things that we can't even imagine. But even people saying stuff about her from SRC and who she was as a person, not knowing who she was, not taking the time to know who she was, breaking somebody down the whole time. And that's why kindness isn't a chore. We have to stop making kindness a job. Nobody is saying you must be Dora the Explorer and, you know, go extra about the situation. Being kind is saying, "Hi, how are you?" It is being empathetic. It is taking 5 seconds of your time to be there for someone else. And so I want us to remember that suicide there's a depth and an ugliness about it, and I really hope that moving forward we understand that our kindness can change things, not disregarding or trying to disregard the rape that has happened, but I really want us to remember that there was no one without the other in this situation. Thank you.
Kuwe Baba ngibeke ithembala kuwe Baba ngibeke ithembala kuwe Baba ngibeke ithembala. I was 9 years old when a man who was twice my age grabbed my ass. I stood. My sister was 13 years old when she was beaten till her face was bruised because she turned down a boy who was 15 years old. I stood. 3 weeks ago, I was dry humped by a man while I was standing in a queue. I stood. Your entitled scream of Mapebeza has me wondering why I still don't own a taser. Maybe I shouldn't have worn this one sweet little teaser. In your eyes, I'm an easy fuck. I'm running out of luck because my sister was forced by her man next to her to get on her knees and suck, while in the next city, my friend was pushed to the ground and her clothes were ripped off her body as she wept in orgasm. So please don't ask me what I think about your sick, twisted brotherhood, the same brotherhood that keeps me running through the woods like the second coming of Red Riding Hood. Don't you dare ask me why I say these men are trash. Don't ask me why I need you to use them as the tray that you use to turn your cigarettes into ash. These men are a rash, they are more than trash. These men are the drivers of this car, so buckle up, ladies, because we are the passengers of this fatal car crash.
Give me an element. As many of you know, my name is Antoinette, and I was quite close to Khensani. And I remember every single time that I went through something, or we were just struggling with academics or anything, she'd always say, "Uhlengiwe." God's grace is with you every single time. And so when I heard that she had committed suicide, the first thing that came to my mind was, why was not God's grace enough for you in that moment? Okay. I'm going to speak of the Khensani that I knew, the Khensani who was my friend, the Khensani who would wake me up every single day and ask me, hey, are you going to go to the gym, or when are we going to go running, or have you eaten? Do you need me to get you something at the store? The Khensani who found it so difficult to break down because for her being strong was so important. She had to come off as the woman who had it all together. But the saddest thing is that the people who have it all together don't always have it all together. And so whenever I asked her, are you okay? She would say, no, I'm fine. And my response would be, when you are ready to talk about it, you can come. And every time she came, the first thing we would do is we would sing, because in that moment, God had us. You know, whatever we were going through, God had us. It didn't matter how hard it was, but you could never. God's grace is there, His strength is there. And so to my friend, why was not God's grace enough for you in that moment? Sorry. And to every single person that is here, that is sitting here, in honor of the woman who could no longer take whatever it was that she was going through, I plead, and my heart goes out to you, that you allow yourself to be vulnerable when you need to not let it ever get too much. I haven't said anything since I found out. And the reason that I chose not to was to respect Khensani and her memory. But I felt that this was a moment where I could fully just say that, please, it's not just her that's dying inside. Because before you even commit suicide, you've already died so much inside. The last straw is your body. And so I plead and I pray that God's grace is enough for you. And that when you need to, you speak. It might not be enough, but it helps. And to Kudile, we've lost a friend, someone who was so supportive, and every single person who had ever been in contact with Khensani received so much support from her because she was always that person. She wanted people to be great. And she was great herself. She always said she was going to be Khensani Maseko walking across the stage and they would call her name and she would have gotten her degree, cum laude. I remember she sent me the message and she said, you must give this to my gran one day. When it happens, show her this message. We have all lost someone. And I hope that we all find healing. Thank you.
Zulu yemvihakalo, Zulu yesima gaeza lise umhla banesi
Because we know that Khensani was a person of prayer who believed in the Lord, we're just going to bow our heads and say a short prayer. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we come to you, Lord, recognizing your goodness and your grace. We know, mighty God, that Father, you have a reason for everything you do. We thank you for blessing us with Khensani, mighty God. We thank you for the time you allowed us to share with her, mighty God. Mighty God, we come to you, we bring our spirits and our hearts which are broken and we lay them before you, mighty God. Kuba sisazi, mighty God, that Father, we pamba kusonamakhe onke. Siyazi Nkosi xa kubuhlungu sinalo ukuthemba ngaphandle kwakho Nkosi siza kuwe. As a student body, mighty God, our spirits are hurt, our spirits are broken, Nkosi onamandla onke. Siyalila Nkosi onamandla onke, siyakwazi uba uThixo uthuthuzelayo. Sizisa usapho lukaKhensani phambi kwakho Nkosi onamandla onke, sithi bobeleze Nkosi. Be with them, mighty God. Wosula inyembezi Nkosi onamandla onke. We pray and we declare, mighty God, that Khensani's death shall not be in vain, mighty God. The lives that women are living in this country will change, mighty God. And they will change because of your love. Because you are a God of love who loved us, mighty God. And Father, you have not ordained suffering for us. Father, we ask, mighty God, that you tell me simply you, mighty God, of the men in this room, mighty God. We ask that, mighty God, you will teach men a new lesson, mighty God. We ask that, mighty God, you will bring love amongst us as a student body of Rhodes University, mighty God. As a student community of Rhodes University, mighty God. Because across departments. Father, we have no hope other than you, oh my God. We bow before your throne and we give you all the praise and all the glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay, Rhodes University, remembering the late Khensani Maseko.
that was a poem. I just want to thank everyone for honoring Khensani's life. And not only honoring Khensani's life, but the lives of women everywhere. And I just want to say that I hope this moment that we had signifies something bigger than us. Something not only for Rhodes University, something for South Africa. To recognize women and to love women. So thank you to everyone who came. We are going to have a vigil for Khensani on Wednesday. Tomorrow evening we will communicate the time and the venue. But this afternoon at 2 p.m. In the barracks we are going to have talks. Everyone is encouraged to come at 2 p.m. in the barracks, and everyone is encouraged to come. So thank you everyone, thank you so much for coming.